Johnny, is the tier 3 list that you use a Google Doc? If so, why not make a read-only link and post it in Discord so people know where they are in the queue?
I need to clean it out a little bit before I do that. Oh man, it's a Google Doc, but it's embarrassing in its appearance. So yes, that's on the to-do list. But man, what a mess my tier 3 list is. I'm the only one who will understand it. Let me put it that way. Okay, who are we here? What's our name? Proxys is in the game. Proxys is he a friend of yours? You're friends with Proxys? I think I've replay reviewed Proxys before. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, it's happened. How does this happen? I don't... Stuck. He's your roommate? No way! Oh wow. That's small world. I guess that's probably why you're here watching this. Maybe Proxys told you to get a review because you suck, mate. You need to be better. You're making me lose all my rank points. I don't know if that's how the conversation went. But you do play Dominus, so it's probably how the conversation went. You're in the 1v1v1v1v1. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what we're getting up to here in the 3v3 against randoms. Okay, we're taking the boost on the wrong side of the field to get going. The reason that this is the wrong side of the field to take boost on is because Proxys is likely to land on this side of the field as the kickoff man. And if he gets beaten to that mid boost, which is right in front of you, which is, you know, likely to happen in most games, then you've just boost starved him. He's going to turn back into your half and have no boost to grab in the corner. So that's why you want to go back corner boost in the other side of the field. As a general rule of thumb, in 2s and 3s, if your teammate is going for the kickoff from a diagonal spawn, take the boost behind him, not the boost in the other corner. What on earth are we doing here? Literally no reason to fly in at this ball, but I've got a lot of reasons why you shouldn't. Number one, we have no idea where the other team are. Can't see them because we haven't looked. We have almost zero chance of scoring this, even if we do reach the ball eventually. And it doesn't look like we're likely to take anybody out of the game or hit them with a surprising shot, so I wouldn't go for this at all. It is also worth mentioning, since I imagine that your other teammate here might still be someone that you play with, but on a position like this, this has to be a pass to Proxys. Has to be a pass down the line. Anything else is a disaster, and this is a unmitigated disaster right here. That's what this pass is. If this is a pass, it doesn't look like a pass. If I'm honest with you, the angle that ball is going and the way that we were shaping up our car makes it look like we're trying to shoot from distance here, which is the wrong option. We have a teammate downfield in a perfect position to pass to. You should pass to him. The only reason you wouldn't pass in this position is if you see their two defenders way off the goal line, and I'm talking halfway line material. If they're both all the way up on the halfway line, then yeah, you just shoot because it's a goal. But any other position, if one of them's even at the halfway line facing his goal, you pass. What am I doing? I'm trying to remember what button to press. Here we go. Yeah, this has to be a pass to Proxys here. He's ready for it. He goes for it actually, but the pass is just not very good. It's just straight down the middle. But as for Mr. Munchy here, nah, no way in a million years do you go for this ball. Not happening. Unless your teammate knows that you're on the left and he passes to you, then sure. But that didn't look like a pass in my opinion. We're doing that thing that a lot of people tend to do, and that's like turning slightly off the goal line. I'm going to say, even at Champ 3, I think it's a good habit to just start going into the goal before you turn. We're wasting a lot of boost in this game.
What would you say is the most disrespectful goal explosion?
Oh, Pentagram, that's a good question. Thanks for the 36 month, that's a 3-year. And it's a tier 3, that is absolutely ridiculous, mate. Most disrespectful goal explosion. Maybe I feel like party time is a pretty funny one because the other team are probably not in a very good mood for a party when you score on them. I've always liked party time. The nuclear bomb one is kind of toxic. Haha, I see what you did there. True. Yeah, the poof explosion is definitely very good. It's up there. Trying to think if there's any other ones before I continue here. Sorry, Mr. Munschy, I've got to answer this very important question. I'll leave it at that for now. Probably party time, in my opinion. Extremely disrespectful. Oh man, we're really eager to move off our goal line here. Don't know if you just had a hard read on this, or if this is just a habit of yours to run at the ball right as the guy's about to shoot it. But he could have very easily hit this high into the bar out of your reach. Like, this could be an absolute boomer. I know it's Champ 3, so people don't really know how to hit the ball very hard, but he could have slammed this into your crossbar and you would have been out of the game by jumping this or by driving forward like this. Probably a better idea to wait and see what kind of hit it is. Again, we've not turned inside the goal. It's just worth mentioning. You know, I think it's a good habit to do, even in positions where it's not necessary. What a landing that is. Straight on the nose. Kind of, yeah, we're thinking about going inside the goal here. I think you're aware of where you should be. It's a really weird... You guys have got the weirdest offensive formations of all time. We're way too far forward here. We're so far forward before the ball's anywhere near the box. Like, there was a lot of eagerness to get into the box here. I'm not sure why, because there's no centre ball imminent. It looks like there's nothing going on in the corner here for at least until now. Now there could be a centre ball coming, but we're already here. We're way too early. Way too early. Isn't back post enough? No reason to go inside the goal? Nah, not really. Back post meta is dead because demos are too popular. Demo, if you're sitting at the back post, you're going to become a ghost. Somebody's going to come drive by and kill you. Like, you got to get in the goal these days to be safe from demos. The meta has evolved. Brock says, I got it passing, you trust him a lot. Yeah, I think that you coming forward like this is great, but as soon as this happens, as soon as the ball is behind him, we should slow down our approach, and there's another thing we should do, that is move to the left. Because if we're over here, in this kind of area, right, if I'm over here, much easier to pass to. He can lob it higher and we're still going to have a chance to get it if we're kind of in this position. You can send it like shooting across in this kind of area and you're still going to get there. Whereas now if he hits it high, you're underneath the ball. You know what I mean? Like, you're making it so that his pass has to be so specific for it to be good. But if we're further back, then he can hit a whole variety of passes and they'll all be good. Do you know what I mean? Very eager to get forward again. Look at this. We're autopiloting. Even after there's nothing coming. Like, there's nothing going on here. The ball is not going to come into the middle. We're still, like, so far forward. Very early. Oh, careful. We've just centered it for the other team. If they were ready, they could have just scored here. That guy just turned away. Pigeon is the king. Koros is not ready. It is still a centre ball to him though. Yeah, we didn't do a very good job of controlling this ball. As third man, the ideal play to make here is not to smash the ball into the corner and try and get it down the line. It's to just control the ball, bring it down. Just draw the other team in, give your team time to get back. That's the play you want to make. Now we've just gone on a little holiday while our team are defending. Guess we didn't want to defend this shot or something. We just left. We're like, yeah, you know, you guys have got this under control. I've got faith in your defense. You're great defenders. I'm just going to leave you to it. Totally fine. And we got scored on. Yeah, maybe not the best idea to just leave defense for a month and then come back to see if you've been scored on. I mean, thanks for 400 bits. No message, but I appreciate it, man. How you doing? Okay, we've dodged forward in the kickoff. Not able to follow up. Very aggressive. You're extremely, extremely aggressive. Probably overly so. Definitely not enough of a focus on just rotating back and being ready for a hit. You're always trying to get into position to preempt the play. But that doesn't really work very often in 3v3. In 3v3, most passing plays, most plays are spur of the moment. It'll usually be, oh, my teammate's landed downfield. I'm going to pass to him. oh, my teammate just lost a 50-50 in front of me, I'm going to pass to him. You know, it's usually spur of the moment. Like, making forward runs as often as we do is probably not going to work as often as it's going to get us in trouble. Hey mate, it's good to hear, man, good to hear. Okay, leave that for our teammates. Go back to defense, what are we doing? Oh my days. Just no eagerness to get back. Like, right here, why are we turning to the left? We've got to go to defense. Like, the play here is 1,000,000%. Like, if this guy pops the ball off the wall, the play is 1,000,000% for us to turn around to go back to defense and, like, weigh up the situation with better vision. Turning aggressively like this is just unnecessary. Like, yeah, if a teammate of ours is about to play the ball, it's great, but we didn't know that because we didn't look. We didn't even check to see. And again, we're turning aggressively on hope that Proxus is going to hit the ball towards us, and he's last man. It's just really risky. I know, I can see the intention, and I can see what you're thinking. You know, you're thinking, oh, maybe I can receive a pass here. Proxus is good at passing. But we're leaving our teammates out to dry quite a lot. By that I mean, we're just leaving them in defense and not really helping. Yeah, we got a little bit of a block on that one. Wasn't all that necessary, but it's not the worst thing in the world to do. Right, that's decent power on the clear, causing problems. Stealing boost, that's good. Getting a wee bump, very good. And, oh, nearly good placement, it's gone in. Well done, okay. Yeah, this was an okay passage of play. This was definitely fine. Johnny already roasted our poor guy for using a Dominus. I wouldn't really pick Dominus as a roast. It's just too easy, you know? Too easy. Like taking sweets from a baby. Look at this again. So aggressive. Overly aggressive, I'm going to say. Like, this is a 50-50, and we've turned upfield on a 50-50. Why? Like, this could so easily get us in trouble. I like the idea of making a run off the ball, making an option for your teammate to pass to, but you can't do it on 50-50s. You can't do it on random ball that you haven't even checked who's closest to. You need to do it when your teammate clearly has a completely free and uncontested hit. When your teammate has a free hit, uncontested, then absolutely make a run off the ball. We've kind of arrived too early as well. I'm going to point this out just because it happened earlier. This is probably a consistent problem of yours, but we arrived so early that we had to break and then start again. That's inefficient for boost. That's causing us to arrive at an awkward timing, very obviously in the middle of the box where the other team can see us. If you make a wider line towards the back post and just arrive later, you're going to get more goals. You're going to be easier to pass to. Which, I mean, I can tell based on what I've seen so far that receiving passes is something you want to be good at. Well, if you want to be good at it, find that space at the back post. When your teammate's coming down the right-hand line, you go on the left. Make as much space as possible, because the ball moves a lot faster than Rocket League cars do. Even supersonic Rocket League cars. The ball can easily move faster than supersonic cars. So the larger the distance you put between you and the origin of the pass, the more of a discrepancy there's going to be between the ball and the cars and their time of arrival. A little bit of a ceiling pinch, good follow up by Proxus. This is super over aggressive and unnecessary. First man forward in 3v3, much like the first man forward in 2v2, doesn't have to win the ball. You don't have to get a touch on the ball on every single play. Now, that obviously doesn't seem like the case if you look at how most of the 3v3 population play. Everybody plays as if they have to hit the ball or else they're going to die. But that's not how you should play. You should just fake a challenge here. We have an extremely low chance of making contact with this ball effectively, and an even lower chance of doing so and then recovering quickly. So the best thing to do is just pressure by being there and then turn around and rotate back as quickly as possible. Like, quicker rotations back are going to be huge in helping you improve as a player. Absolutely huge. Like, we've not prioritized defensive rotations and the speed of them at all this game. We're asking our teammates to do a lot of the work in defense. Okay, here there's a huge pass opportunity open. The goal is somewhat open, but the pass is even better. Looks like that's what we tried to do, but it's messed up the aim a little bit. Still like the choice that we went for. I mean, the Mad Hatter, if you tier 3 sub, you don't need to send me a replay while the tier 3 sub is active. Like, if you tier 3 sub and then send me a replay 5 months later, I'll still do it, you know? Yeah, this is way too risky. We should back off for sure. We're never winning the race to that ball. Like, most, if not all, of the comments I've made about your gameplay, Mr. Munchy, have been, you're too aggressive, you don't find space enough, and you don't rotate back to goal enough. Like, these are like the 3 things that are common with all of your mistakes, I would say. Almost all of them. All of your strategical mistakes. Obviously, mechanically, there have been mishits, there have been bad takeoffs, there have been inefficiencies with boost, but if we're only looking at strategy, and in particular, like, how to get more involved in the game, it looks like you just want to be involved in the game. Oh, we're a wave dash kickoff, boy. Most inefficient kickoff in the game. It does nothing better than a flip kickoff, except waste more boost. That's the only thing it's better at, is being inefficient. Right, we're off the goal line here. This is extremely awkward. Should just be in the goal. But luckily they can't shoot, so we're fine. In fact, they can only shoot in their own goal, it would seem. Look at that, we've rotated back somewhat. And like, we're even in the far post spot. There we go. You must have been listening somehow. Even though this is a replay, because we did a couple things well there that I was pointing out from earlier in the game. You know, with that 20 seconds left, again, we're rotating back. Look at this, we're learning mid-replay. You haven't even, at this point in time, heard my replay review, and you're already making some adjustments. Have you told him to get better camera settings? I just let it be. They're like, they're very dominant camera settings. I was honestly trying to avoid talking about it too much, but we didn't have a clear example of what usually goes wrong. This is actually a reasonable one. Like, usually people with these kind of camera settings hit the ball too low because they're so zoomed out that it's harder to judge like where the middle of the ball is in a 50-50, and they end up like just hitting it on the bottom side. Like here, it looked like we were trying to come in clean contact with the ball, but we kind of hit it on the bottom right corner. The ball doesn't have corner, you know what I mean, the bottom right edge. These slow-mo sounds are cool. Boom! What a hit. Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why almost every pro uses the same camera settings with very, very minor adjustments, and there's only a few pros who can use unique camera settings and be effective. It's because they're just the best. Like, just using more normal settings is just better. And whatever you think you gain by, you know, increasing your camera height by a little bit and your camera distance by this much, you probably lose in accuracy. Like, there's probably people driving around like this, quite a lot of them, and they think, oh wow, yeah, this camera is great, I can do everything that I would have previously done with my more zoomed in camera settings, except now I can see more. But you're actually sacrificing a lot. The ball is literally smaller on your screen, so it's harder to like pick out particular spots on it. Your car is smaller. Like, if your car and the ball are smaller on your screen, it's harder to like pick spots of how you're gonna hit them. I don't even remember what my camera distance was. This is a disaster. I think my height was 110 or something. Maybe 110, 290. Yeah, this looks pretty normal. Doesn't feel normal though. I don't know if that's just because I'm live. I was playing a bit off stream before this. It's always amazing to me how different Rocket League feels when I'm streaming. I really need a streaming PC so I can not have those problems. would be nice. It's just so much input lag when I'm streaming. Like there's a visible delay between when I click my mouse to jump and when the jump actually happens. You can see the delay. Makes you play so slow. Not sure if anyone's tried streaming Rocket League and you know what I'm talking about.